And today we're going to talk about UV lash extension.
Speed up your time, have them last longer. These are all goals in the lash industry. Since it cures faster with the LED light, that means there's less fumes in the air. No fanning or drying. Client is able to open her eyes straight away and is good to go. So that's coming from an esthetician. So she loves it.
Yeah.
But again, don't know long-term effects.
That's why I haven't done it, is because I am so scared to take the risk.
So I'm going to go blind years from now because they were getting eyelash extensions. And
I know. That's why you got to test things out. People are just buying it for like $100 and then they're so excited, but they don't know what's in it.
You got to do your research.
You got to know what.
You're listening to Not Just Lashes. Here are your hosts, Shannique and Dixie.
Hello, welcome to Not Just Lashes. I'm Shannique.
And I am Dixie.
And today we're going to talk about the good and bad and possibly ugly of UV lash extensions.
So always we're trying to improve everyone in the lash industry. We want to get people that have allergies in. We want to help speed up your time to get more people in. You want to have them last longer. These are all goals in the lash industry. And there's so many glues out there. There's sensitive glues.
Yeah.
I love our glue, the Shannique Stuck On You.
Obsessed. Yeah. No, you could use it in any humidity. And like one of our girls, Ashley, she's like, I need more. And I was like, babe, just go and grab one.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't have to do even have to put my humidifier on right now. And I said,
especially it's been very hot in LA, like where we are. And
it works so well in humidity. I mean, one of my clients who's a dancer, she came back 2 weeks later with almost a full set. And I'm like,
oh.
And she's like, Shannique, my lashes lasted in Texas.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Because I was like thinking, I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to take with her Dixie today because she was in like humid weather.
Yeah.
But
you were expecting like naked
eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're always trying to come up. So I think I did a lot of research.
Very proud.
Yes. I had a lot of fun diving into this and science behind it. But I don't know exactly when LED light for eyelash extensions kind of started. I feel like a year.
Say, no.
Longer?
Like, yeah, maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing little blips of it when we moved to Agora.
Okay, yeah.
But I was kind of like,
it's bringing me back. Well, because it's like everyone's first thought is like, wait,
oh my
what?
God.
Like,
on
your eyes? That's everybody automatically goes to that thought.
Yeah.
And with good reason. I mean, when you hear UV and light like that, you think tanning beds.
Yeah.
Which
you think
we
cancer.
obviously know, are not good for you and your skin. And so your eyes are so sensitive. And we were talking about earlier, your eyelids are very thin. Like there's not a lot of protective gear. When you do a certain facial, sometimes you have to put on the goggles.
Right.
When you, I love my LED like red light therapy mask, and I got one for like at home. Came with goggles, laser hair removal, goggles, tanning bed, goggles.
Yeah.
So you always are wanting to protect your eyes. Sun, sunglasses.
I was reading somewhere where they suggested wearing goggles when
getting
your lashes done with the UV light. And I was like, how is that even possible? Like, you can't do that.
No.
So I thought it was kind of funny, but that's what they suggested. Yeah. So when they start suggesting things like that, you're like, well, which way do I go?
Yeah. And then it's also like, okay, so when you get a gel manicure, biogel, all of that, you put it in the light, but we're not wearing goggles. It's never been said to wear goggles, but there's studies or things that are coming out that like people are getting cancer or even just like age spots because it's like tanning the skin,
I remember like over maybe 11 years ago, the manicurist at my salon, like, okay, well, I mean, I don't see why you would wear goggles when you're getting your hands done. But what she did was she cut gloves so that your nails
are exposed.
So then she was like, I don't know if this is real, but rumor has it can give you skin cancer. And I was like, really? I've been doing that for so long. You know, and it is scary because it's like you want to do what's best for you and your clients. So what's the real story?
Exactly. So the LED light, when you hear about it, the LED UV, it sounds like a dream come true for both lash artist and client. So it still relies on a glue. You still have a glue.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, it's more of a clear glue. And you do the same. So you don't have to necessarily learn a whole new technique. You're still lashing the same.
Yeah.
But you put the glue on the lash and you put it on, and then to adhere, you flash the light, or the light is continuously, there's all these different lights too. So continuously on the eyelash to bond. Yeah, cure it. So a lot like your nails, getting your nails done. So it's promising quicker application time, less chance of lifting, like it will be more secure on the lash.
Why is that? That's interesting.
Because like the bond is more of like a melting or sealing of a bond versus like when we put glue and it wraps around the lash. It more like adheres to the so it doesn't like bump up. I know. I don't know.
That's so interesting.
It's what it claims.
Okay.
And then it says it's providing a potentially, and again, they're using the words carefully, potentially safer alternative for those with sensitive skin. So the main selling point of the LED eyelash extension treatment is it reduces the fumes, which would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Of the traditional eyelash extension adhesives, which people can even become allergic to over time, which is a bummer as well.
Yeah.
And so then you're either taking a break, trying to find another glue, or they can't have lashes ever again, and they want their lashes, right? And then, but there is a lack of research and knowledge of what can happen in the future. We just don't know. We don't know the long-term effects. So you can say it's safe. I did a lot of research on the types of UV lights and like the spectrum of light and safety of that kind of stuff compared to, tanning beds and stuff like that. But still, we still don't know the
long-term effects.
Exactly.
We don't know. Even if it's like just a little bit of whatever wavelength of what you just said, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like how do we know?
Yeah. So I did, I went on Reddit, which
I love Reddit.
Yeah, it's just people.
Yeah, I know. It's like people just say,
what their thoughts are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good place to see who uses it, who's gotten the clients or what. So one person says, it seems rather unnecessary. Amazing bonding can be achieved with regular adhesive.
True.
Why expose someone's eyes to dangerous UV light? But then again, you're losing the market of those that can't get eyelash extensions done because they're allergic to the glue or irritated by the glue. But one person was saying it's really great for longevity, especially during the summer months. Retention with traditional eyelash adhesives can be poor due to humidity affecting how it cures.
Right.
In the summer, this can shock cure adhesive, causing the lashes to shed prematurely.
Interesting.
Yeah. But again, better for those with sensitive eyes. Always patch test for every client because you can still obviously have some sort of sensitivity to the glue.
Yeah.
Because it's still
glue.
Yeah, the glues are still formulated similarly. It's just less of the fumes and everything.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's saying that since it cures faster with the LED light, that means there's less fumes in the air. But it doesn't mean that there's not that ingredient on the eye that causes the irritation.
Yeah.
So somebody, from what I've read, somebody could still be allergic. You know how you don't get the reaction until the next day or something like that.
Yeah, or 3 days later.
Yeah, so someone can still have an irritation if it's that ingredient in the glue.
Yeah.
But then some people, it's like, I have clients where they're just really sensitive during the treatment.
Right.
And they're watering or they're, burnt, for XYZ. And so the LED is saying they can open their eyes right away. You literally just there's no sealant, there's nothing. You just have iPads down, do your thing with the light, and they can pop open their eyes. No fumes, no nothing. So that's what it claims. And then, so also from Reddit, someone was saying, like, you're not around the adhesive long enough for it to affect your health. However, I don't know. There's a point that I bring up later, but someone said, I've been using the UV lash system for 3 months. It's speeding up my lashing time, no fumes, no eyelashes are sticking together, no watery eyes, no bonder needed, amazing retention, no fanning or drying, simply complete lashing, removing the iPads. Client is able to open her eyes straight away and is good to go. I'll never regret doing LED UV eyelash extensions. So that's coming from a esthetician or a lash artist. So she loves it.
Yeah.
But again, don't know long-term effects. That's always going to be in the back of my head. Yeah. It's always going to be, I don't want someone to go blind years from now because they were getting eyelash extensions. And
I know. That's why you got to test things out, ask questions. I mean, most of the time when you do, take a class, this is the time to ask all those questions, because it does have the potential of long-term effects. And I mean, it could cause, eye irritation, corneal damage, cataracts, still allergic reactions, and damage to the surrounding eyelid.
Yeah, so it's
the area.
More,
so we don't know.
Risky.
It could be.
This new
That's why I haven't done it, is because I am so scared to take the risk.
Yeah.
And I need more time on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do hear just like
you have your pros and your cons,
you have your
and
pros
it's
and
more
your
like
cons.
it's a risk.
Yeah.
And so if you do want to try this, get proper training, know your facts, which I will talk about later about the light and what's the safe NM and stuff like that, and then getting properly trained with it as well.
Yeah.
And then
that's the thing. It's like
informing your clients about the risk too. Like they have to be there's risks in getting regular extensions, but different risks with this LED light that are out of your control as well. So it will be a new service that if you do want to incorporate it, it could be great, and could be great for if you lost clients to allergies. But then again, we don't know. Because what they say, once you're allergic, you're just allergic, and it's really hard to tell. And I don't know what's in that glue. I don't know personally, because there's so many different products from different places now that you can, they're not even offering classes for some of the UV lights. People are just buying it for $100, and then they're so excited about it, but they don't know what's in it. So I don't know. You got to do your research. You got to know what it's made out of and what's safe. Someone was saying, I live in Japan where this was created, and just had this type of eyelash extension fill done today. It makes a big difference. I felt nothing and it was very safe. Japan has very strict health and safety guidelines. My lashes came out much better. So that's...
Yeah. They probably went to a really good... Is this coming from a consumer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a client got this done, and she's like, oh, I loved it. And then great. She's like, great retention. And then she was just saying how she lives in Japan and they have higher safety regulations and everything. So her theory is, oh, well, if it's safe in Japan, it'll be fine to do it. However, again, know what you're buying your products, because you could get an LED light or a UV light that is cheap and it's actually not good. So you have to look there in the details of when you're looking at the lights, and it will tell you the NM number, which I researched what's the safe levels and everything. And then someone said the same thing. I just tried this after giving up on lash extensions because of allergies, oily eyelids. Not only are they faster to apply, but they're more comfortable and no fumes. And they last. I love them. I am almost considering getting trained / a license to do them and purchase a system myself to do it on the side while worth it. So,
interesting.
Yeah. I'm an eyelash
would love to
tech.
try.
I know. I'd like to know. It's the long-term thing that freaks me out.
Yeah, it freaks me out.
Like, it all seems like a dream. It all seems great. No fumes.
Yeah,
They last
I
longer.
know.
You know, no bonder, no net. Like, you just, great, easy process, in and out. Like, sounds great.
Yeah.
But
We don't know.
10 years from now, am I going to get cataracts early?
Yeah, it's true.
So,
Well, it's kind of like definitely with the UV lights, it's like scientists, people who really studied it were like, ugh, it's not good. Or if you do it once in a while, it's okay, you know? But I mean, I guess you would consider it still fairly new.
yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, I would love to like talk to somebody who's been like a customer that's been actually doing this for so long.
Yeah.
To kind of see like where they're at. What do you think? Does it really last longer? How do your eyes feel? Like,
or
I would
do
love
they develop a different type of reaction or
Yeah.
irritation? Like,
dryness.
that's what I was about to say. Yeah. Like, dry out your eyes or
Yeah.
something, even not as big as like and scary as cancer, but does it do just like other little things that we're not really thinking of? Like,
I know.
oh, I now have like permanently dry eyes and it drives me nuts. They're always itchy. They're always,
Yeah.
anything like that can be a part of it
I
too.
know.
So it's, as a consumer, I guess it's evaluating the risks, what you are willing to and don't want to. Because it's like getting a cosmetic procedure that's like a facelift or anything like that, They say it's safe, it's great, but obviously something could happen. So
Yeah.
is it worth it to you to
For sure.
have lashes if you can't do the regular method or you're wanting to try it out? Read this. And then this is a lash tech. She says, I'm a lash tech who does use this technique in lots of L's. My clients love it. I do explain the dangers in time, and most don't care. My lash techs use this system as well, and my mega volume sets can last up to 5 weeks on me, and most of my clients only see me every 3 to 4 weeks. So it's
Interesting.
yeah. So this is all under my pro column.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, again, all sounds great. And this person's explaining like the clients don't care about the risks or, but
Yeah.
I think it's okay. Then I would counter it with, are they properly informed about the risks? Like, do they like,
I don't know. I mean, I would love to talk to someone who trains, like, is that part of, your thing? Like, do you inform or do you, do you suggest that everybody signs a consent form? I don't know. And I would love to talk to somebody who is a trainer or a tech who has been using this method. I want to know. I'm very curious.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I was researching all the different lights and stuff like that, there weren't a lot of training courses or anything like that. It was pretty much because they're saying it's the exact technique of what you normally do. It's just the glue and the light that's changing. Yeah. So you just pretty much have to learn the light. But like that was one of the things I was writing about with the cons. Like there's not enough data. And if the UV light or lamp isn't used properly, for example, not putting down protective pads on their client, or if the light is in an improper angle, it could be pretty dangerous. So then they were saying like, why fix something that's not broken kind of thing. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think like our system is broken. I just think they're just trying to find new ways to improve
Of course.
the eyelash extensions,
Yeah.
We have robots, we have like,
I know.
but I don't
It's
want
so
to get
true.
my eyelashes done by a robot.
No.
So, and I don't see any difference in that way that like my retention is going to be longer or anything like that. But that's like a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people are saying like our lash adhesives in our industry are so advanced and they're working perfectly fine. If you find a tech that practices proper application, invests in high quality adhesive, you're going to be fine. So there's
Yeah.
that.
You just got to see it to believe it type thing. You
Yeah.
know, you gotta try it.
Yeah, and then again, it brings up like we're slowly learning that the UV lights used for gel manicures aren't good for hands long term. Mm-hmm. So can't even imagine what it could do to your eyes.
I know.
And like I always said, I remember hearing, and this is the thing, you evaluate your risks and you know the risks and then you choose whether or not you want to do it or not. Mm-hmm. You have that freedom.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because when I heard about like the, cancer or something maybe on your hands and you might want to use gloves or you might want to do this. And I was like, if my hands get cancer.
My God.
But if my eyes like go blind, like that's more of a risk to me.
I know.
And it sounds silly to say, but I would rather have something happen to my hands.
Oh my gosh.
Well, not as a lash artist, but because they're my tools and
exactly
how I make my money, but also my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the risk. So I hear the risks of the gel manicures and the LED light there, but I'm like,
yeah.
But with my eyes, I'm more like, oh, no, I don't know. I don't want to mess with that.
It's so hard.
So that's also the thing in our industry that we have to look at. We're dealing with people's eyes, their eyesight. You don't want to mess that up.
No, and that's why I've been so hesitant towards, actually trying to learn it or whatever, because I feel like it needs more time. Mm-hmm. And I want like some scientists to come out and like talk to me about it, like what are my risks? What are their risks? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So then I was looking, somebody had said in the Reddit, it's not a UV light, it's an LED light. It's basically the same as what is used in dental procedures to cure the bonding for fillings. I worked in a dental office for 27 years before I became an esthetician. This system would be perfectly safe to use. So when she said that, I was like, So that's when I started diving in.
Yeah, I would
science.
Definitely want to now research the different companies if they say in their wording, like, is it UV
or LED?
Or LED. That
but
might
a lot
be
of them
like
say LED UV. Like they mix it.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Stop.
It's very confusing out there.
Okay.
So,
I would stay away from that.
Because it's very unclear whether these LED lights also emit UV light.
Yeah.
Since there is very little information available on the details of the technology. So, for example, red LED face light masks don't emit UV.
Okay.
We know that.
Yes.
And then most red LED masks are around 630 nm. So that's the nm is what the wavelength is, the light. And I found out through research, anything above, I think it said technically 400 is like the safest. Like anything above 400, because as the light, the nm goes up, the risk or the UV goes down.
Okay.
So higher number actually means it's safer.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So gel manicure light lamps typically use a mixture of blue LED and UVA lights, or UVA lights are only a method of drying the polish. Tanning beds are what uses UVA and UVB light. So, but it's on a greater scale.
Yeah.
Which is why there's not as much risk when you're doing the gel manicure, because it's less exposure, but they do use similar lights.
Got you.
And then you also have to mix in the factors of time, like how much time you're actually sitting under that light or being exposed to that light. Like,
yeah, like, are you doing this once a week, twice a week?
And then also for the technician, should we be wearing goggles while we do the whole thing? Like,
I don't know. I mean, because the light is going down.
Yeah. But I don't know, being exposed at all? I don't know. That's like the thing. There's not.
I don't know, but I want to talk to a scientist.
Yes. But, yeah, so the UV light will, I got a little tossed and turned around. But UV light is incredibly damaging on the eye. Like that's what we're getting from the sun. So even when our eyes are closed, Like that's why all these items that have these lights, like I have an at home. I don't even know if it really works that well. I feel like it does. I have like the laser hair removal at home thing.
Yeah.
And it came with goggles and stuff and like little sunglasses. And I just kind of close my eyes and look away because I don't want to put on the goggles. So again, at my own risk, but
right. I know if they're giving you goggles for a laser hair removal
at home too.
At home. So that does bring
But are
the
they
question.
covering their ass?
Probably.
Like being like, well, we gave you goggles. We don't know the long-term effects. We gave you goggles.
That's going to be my response for everything now.
I gave you goggles.
I gave you goggles.
Goggles.
I gave you goggles.
Goggles will save you.
My kids, Mom, you didn't do that. I gave you goggles. Just kidding. I don't know. But that just, it just gets really, really thinking, for something that's an at-home care and the light is going towards the area, but yet you still see it because the light spreads. Interesting.
Yeah. So even so there was a research published this year by the University of San Diego, and it found that even one session of using UV lamp for just 20 minutes to dry a gel manicure caused 20 to 30% in cell death. So it's killing your cells, which is what cancer can feed into, or just make you more prone to diseases and such.
God.
Or,
See, just hearing things like that, I'm like, ugh.
You're like, I'm not getting my nails done now.
I mean, we talked about things last week. Beauty is pain. And, we've been doing this for centuries and centuries. And we do, as women, we take so many risks.
But then again, it's like, okay, so they said 20 minutes in the machine.
Yeah.
My hands aren't in there for 20 minutes. They're in there for what, like
oh gosh, yeah.
6? Because you put it in for
tomorrow,
a minute.
So I'm going to time it. I'll time it.
Because it's like 60 seconds for each dry. And let's say you do like 3 or 4 layers.
Just about, you stick your hand in there maybe 3 to 4 times. You know what I mean?
So that's like 4 minutes.
Okay.
So that's not 20 minutes of exposure. And then that's what I would say too about the dental hygienist or the person who worked in the, we were kind of discussing about how, okay, so if they get a fill, it's the same technology is what she's saying to bond.
Right.
Well, we're not getting a fill that often. I mean, the last time I got a fill was maybe
fill for your
3
teeth.
years. Yeah, like if you have a cavity and you get it filled and fixed up, they use the same light to adhere the bond of that glue and filling. So she's like, oh, it's plenty safe. We use it in the dental office. But people aren't exposed to it every day. Like me or you, we probably got exposed to that. I don't know. How many cavities do you have, Shannique?
A lot. Yeah.
I don't like candy, so that saved me. I eat fruit. that was my dessert at night. So I think I have 3 cavities ever. So I've been exposed to that light 3 times and not that long. Yeah. So my exposure and risk over time. But if you're doing it on your eyes and you're coming in every 2 to 3 weeks, or now they're claiming that, oh, my mega volumes come in every 5 weeks. Well, that's still 5 weeks.
Yeah, but still,
out
you
of the year
think
that you're going to get exposed to the light.
Yeah.
And it takes an hour at least. So you're exposed to the light for an hour or not. So that's where it gets tricky to me. But anyway, just so lash artists and anyone wanting to get this treatment or thinking about it, just know your stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell you the least hazardous UV radiation wavelength is exceeding about 315 nm of UVA radiation. So if it's above 315,
it's fine.
It's fine. But I was researching and reading, but 400 is better. It's the most safe, but you're okay. The FDA and everybody is 315. That's the the safe number.
Well, I really hope these companies are putting that out there.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know what
I
I
had
mean?
to, it's not like so in your face. Like when I went on, I Googled lights for this because I also wanted to see how expensive they were because I didn't find any good lights.
How many companies did you find that are doing this?
Oh, there's so many. I mean, the top
Now
ones.
there's a lot, yeah.
The top ones, they range from the cheapest was $100, which makes me feel better. And it's like, I'd rather invest in that knowing that it's hopefully safer for my clients.
The cheaper one?
No, that's the cheapest is $100, but I've seen online, like on Amazon or something like 60 or something like that. Like, I don't think I would go below 100. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
But the average was like, let's see, I wrote it down. I believe the average was between, like $250, and they can get up to like $400.
Right.
Depending on the light and everything. And then as a lash artist, I was thinking about cost too. So
What do you mean? Like charging? Like what you would charge somebody?
I would think you would charge the same or more if it lasts longer or
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's like
Because
a
if
whole
someone's
nother.
if someone's coming in 4 weeks or even 5 weeks, I still need to remove all the grown out
Yeah.
eyelashes. And basically by that time, it's like, could be possibly be a full set.
And it's like, hey,
So-
if they're lasting longer, that's worth my money more, you know? Because if my biggest thing when I like charge people, it's like, yeah, your time for the work you're doing. And so if you come in and it's 5 weeks and they're all grown out and I'm spending like 3 hours or something, that's like a full new set.
Yeah.
But you did get 5 weeks out of it versus coming in 2 to 3 weeks and getting a fill. I don't know. It's all that's all like for lash artists to discover like as they're doing it, because there's again not enough research out there. And but I was thinking, I was like, oh, like how often do you have to replace the LED light? Like, will it run out? Do you just charge it? Do you just, what's because I had $100 LED face light mask that I loved, and I use it every day for like 10 minutes or something. And a year went by and it just wouldn't hold a charge. It wouldn't stay running for very long. Yeah. So then I upgraded. I got one for my birthday that was, I think, like 300 something. So far, no issues. It's been a year. But see, like, do I have to replace my $400 light all the time? Do I have to, is the glue cheaper? So, and then, if I'm not using sealer and is that making my costs go down? Like, you just kind of have to, I went down the rabbit hole of that.
Costs.
Anyway, but $395 NM UV light is the safest for humans.
Okay.
And when I did my research on the lights, you really have to, it's not like in your face, like this is a safe like light. This is if you don't know what the NM is that you need, like they're not going to tell you. You have to do your research. So I like scroll down and
on what? What did you scroll
on the
down
page, like on the
like the professional whoever,
like the UV light, like buying it, like in the details of the thing. And I scroll down, and it said $395 NM.
Okay.
So I was like, oh great. So technically that's safe. But in the back of my head, I'm like, could they be lying to me? Is that really $395? Like,
it's
just
really
scary when it
hard,
comes
and that's
to the
why
eyes.
I would definitely go with a reputable company that has been doing this for so long and pay the extra, whatever $1,000 to take the class, because, I mean, we don't
like
know.
I said, like it could be. Someone was saying like the angle or the way you, So
now I feel like I want to take a class.
I know.
I feel like I want to talk to somebody. Like I want to dig in somebody's head right now.
And I would love to try. I mean, it would be so awesome if it like lasted longer and all these great things. But So that's something that's on the horizon of the lash world. And again, just keep yourself educated.
Yeah, you have to. You have to do your digging and research. And I wonder, like, do the regulations different? Like, do they differ, like, from Georgia to California? Because we have OSHA, we have FDA approved. Like, is that, like, a factor? Like,
yeah, like all the devices.
We don't know.
Like, when microblading was here and stuff, you know, it's so much more strict in California and all the regulations and products. There's like even the needle or the pigment. There's something, the numbing cream, that like you can easily get in a different state, but in California, they make it so hard, or they don't sell that one because it's not approved by all those.
And there's a reason why. There's always a reason, even though, like, you know, there's reasons why, I don't know, like, we don't do Botox, right? And then some people in Georgia
I thought you meant like getting Botox.
No, not getting, doing Botox.
Yes,
like in Georgia, you could, as an esthetician, you could do it freely.
Yeah.
You know, and here you can't. And I'm glad because I don't want anybody not knowing the anatomy and the veins and the muscles. So,
because what it does is it freezes a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people just, you don't know what you don't know. Because it's not talked about. It's not. So a lot of people are surprised when I tell them that Botox is a paralyzer for the muscle. And it prevents you from making the face to form the line.
Yes, that's why I have bitch face.
Yeah, that's why she's a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, but people are like, what? I'm like, yes. And you talk to a nurse or somebody, like, no, it's technically a poison that we're putting into our body.
It's so true. And I just read something about these images that doctors are doing now of filler in your face. And they're saying that it could stay in your system until
you don't know where it goes.
It does form cancer. So that said, I'm still going to make my appointments.
But you're weighing the risk.
I am.
Like, you just have to, that's the thing. Yeah.
I know. But the injector or whoever, the professional plastic surgeon will tell you it's hyaluronic acid. They won't tell you what it can do to you. Maybe they don't even know. Maybe they didn't know back, in the day. They're like, oh, hyaluronic acid it's natural. I know.
I mean, it sounds natural. We put it. It's like I have hyaluronic acid that I put on my face. Yeah. For moisturizing.
Exactly.
Like, I would be like, oh, cool. Shoot it into my body then.
Do it.
Sounds like water.
Yeah. Well, it is, right?
Yeah. But it's just a lot of people. Even lash artists. A lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know you needed to have like a license and everything like that. It's only like certain clients that are like knowledgeable and like ask me like, oh, where'd you go to school? Like, did you get a license?
Right.
Where is your license? Stuff like that. But
consumers should know.
Yeah. You got to do your research.
An issue with
especially with the market being so like all these items available. Like I could order a lamp right now and do Shannique's LED. Yeah. And
I might wake up blind the next morning.
You never know.
You never know.
But
do your research.
Yeah. Because one of the stories, even my friend went to somewhere in LA for Botox and she was like, it's so cheap. It's great. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And they were doing like smile lines or something and they hit a nerve. So then she had like a lisp for like months until it broke down because you can't take Botox out. But that's the thing. Oh my God, I'm so scared. I know.
Oh my God, poor thing. Can she not smile? And she like.
She could. It was just like weird. It's as if you went to the dentist and it like
it feels droopy, or you drool. You can't drool.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because they hit something and they they didn't know what they were doing. They even told her like, oh, you'll be fine in the day or something. I'm like, no, it paralyzed that muscle. Like that muscle's not going to work for until it dissipates in 3-4 months.
Right.
And metabolizes in your system. Is like,
yeah, that's true.
So. Know what you're doing. Know who you're going to. Cheap doesn't mean it's better.
No. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, we've seen that with clients that we fix that come from other places. And when they do come to us and they experience our touch, how we treat them, even the glue, they're like, my eyes don't burn.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be
painful.
It should be a great, relaxing experience. So
yeah.
And that's. Yeah.
And if you do have a little discomfort, tell us so we can figure out like, are the iPads bother me like none other.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but I don't like tape either because like it hurts.
Just sensitive. Yeah, you're sensitive.
I'm a sensitive one. But if I don't say anything and I just think it's normal, like. I know. Like there's other alternatives. There's other things we can do to make it work. So anyway, so that is UV LED lights.
I love this topic.
It was very fun to research.
Yes, definitely.
And it's like I kept diving into more and more, and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
There's so much like debate.
There is a big debate about that. And I mean, a lot of famous artists, I haven't seen them touch that yet.
No,
even to this day. Like I could name a few and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know anybody. I don't know any.
That's one thing I didn't do. I didn't Google or research people in my area that do it. I don't know of anybody that offers that.
Yeah, I know. We follow a lot of big time lash artists and I don't see it. I mean,
I'm probably going to see it a lot now because my phone's listening. So every ad's going to be like,
right.
LED lights.
Me too. We're all in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so good, Dixie. Thank you. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Great.
Yeah,
I dropped some knowledge.
You did. I was just soaking it all in and thinking and really wanting to explore.
Yeah, but I think if I don't want to invest in one, but if someone in our area does it,
please let us know.
I really want to try to do it because I feel like one-time exposure, I'm not going to die.
Right.
So I will expose myself.
She'll sign a release form.
Yes, I will not sue you. I just want to experience it. I don't have the time. Okay. Like it seems very time consuming.
Yes.
But no, I just want to experience it and then also see like how long does it last? Like I'm so curious.
Exactly. We got to see it to believe it. All right, guys. So that wraps it up. And you could listen on YouTube, Spotify,
Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can find podcasts, not just lashes.
Yes.
Follow, comment,
if you want to see my bitch face, just go on YouTube and see.
Or check out Not Just Lashes on Instagram.
Yeah.
Her face is everywhere.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.